It's a 2K Sports pregame show.
7 losses tonight.
Hey everybody,
Use the
Ernie
win,
Johnson
stay in
welcoming
playoff
you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. Well, and now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Kenny Atkinson had to share with our David Aldridge.
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team...
Thank you, David. And tonight we feature two relatively inexperienced teams, both on the rise, though. Doris, what's the hardest part about being a young player in this league?
I think, Kev, the game hasn't slowed down for them yet. They haven't seen enough to always make the right decision quickly, but certainly they're learning and they're talented.
Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Kyrie Irving is out there with Bradley. Then there's Favors, and there's Iguodala. And it's Drummond in at the 5. Conley gets the bucket.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Celtics.
And it's a tough game to lose. I mean, they actually put up a pretty solid effort, I thought. But when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
Interesting that they looked confident going in, but as the game wore on, I thought the crowd affected their performance down the stretch.
Irving kicks to Drummond. Favors with the screen, and there's the call on Pachulia. That's his first foul. Nets on defense. 4-point game. Irving passes to Iguodala. 6 to shoot.
And Gay, a very capable defender, does a good job staying with whoever he's on.
Conley kicks to DeRozan. Shoots over Bradley. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, the defense better take notice because you can't let guys get comfy shooting from their spots.
Favors with a screen on Conley. They set the pick. Here's Irving. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
You have to find a way to contest Kyrie at the rim. I know it's hard because he finishes with either hand, but you've got to check him.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And stolen by Favors. Irving against Conley. Outside Irving. He dishes it to Bradley. Favors with a screen on Gay. 5 to shoot. Bradley kicks to Drummond. From 15 feet away, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Drummond's got his first points in this one.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
You know, Greg, what a luxury to have a guy with size who can make that shot. The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
I'll tell you, a little bit of an old-school offensive approach for DeMar DeRozan. He doesn't focus on that three-point shot, guys. He wants to attack the paint and work himself to the free throw line. It's been effective.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Boy, seizing control right away. Send a message on that possession.
And Favors kicks to Bradley. Favors with a screen on DeRozan. Bradley dishes to Favors. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, you love to see Derek Favors get these high-quality looks on the interior. How incredibly patient is this guy down on the block?
Conley, the pass to DeRozan. Randolph a screen. And DeRozan kicks to Randolph. Over Favors. And he overshot that one, missing. Pachulia with the steal. Now Conley trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Boston. He feeds it to Gay. Pass to DeRozan. Shoots over Bradley. And again, DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan's got 6. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Nets up 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
And the Nets with possession here. They lead by 4. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Got Zach Randolph. Conley out there with DeRozan. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Gay in at the small forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Irving. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Come on, that is remarkable work from Kyrie. Ridiculously crafty at how he gets into the defense and draws the foul.
Pelicans shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Of course, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting, that ability to just kind of draw a foul. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Irving with it, coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork, help this guy live at the line.
16 feet away. That's in there. Conley with the assist. DeRozan's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
To the paint. And that one's good. Drummond's got his second bucket.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
No one near Conley as he lets it go. It's good from long range. Conley's got 7 points in the game.
Well, guys, really good court vision, allowing DeRozan to make that pass. You know, he sees the play developing way in advance.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And that's true. The officials used to be pretty lenient on those, but not anymore.
Picked by Pachulia. Here's Gay. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in.
And Gay has great length down on the block there. Fantastic at just jumping on opportunities to score when he's down low.
Bobbed up there for Drummond. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
And, of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
1:53 left to play here in the second quarter. On the wing, DeRozan. Looks for Randolph, gets it to him. And it's Randolph with the jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
No passion on the defensive end. Didn't look completely engaged. Really need to lock in and be focused on these road games.
Pelicans trail by 11. Down low, here's Iguodala. Got a piece of it.
Well, incredible work on defense from Zaza Pachulia. Great positioning so he can reject it.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for New Orleans.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
Irving dishes to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Yeah, guys, that takes vision and timing to put it on time and on target.
Irving against Conley. Here's DeRozan. That shot no good. And New Orleans will come the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
We're seeing two teams that could be building more for the future, trying to instill a winning culture, and we'll see which team takes a step in that direction.
Pull-up jumper. Hits the front of the rim and out. Brooklyn leading by 9. Gay kicks to Conley. Shoots from 12. Good as the jump shot falls. Conley's got 9 points.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Favors with a screen on Randolph. His first shot coming late. Clock at 6. Here's Irving, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 8 points for him.
Oh, Kyrie dazzling on the drive. One of the best in the league at that.
Pachulia with the screen on Iguodala. Here's DeRozan. Comes up empty down low. And so we conclude the first half. Nets lead by 9. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports
Welcome
Halftime
back,
Show.
folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They really did some damage in the second quarter, and as things started clicking for them, they were able to get out to a 9-point lead by halftime. Let's start with... And time now.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. A fantastic game from... Nets leading by 9. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. They've got Iguodala. Andre Drummond is out there with Favors. Then there's Bradley. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. You've talked a bit about leadership, both on and off the floor. What are some of the traits, in your opinion, that make someone a person who'd want to follow and the characteristics of a leader?
You know, I'd say someone who prioritizes winning, even at the expense of their own success. That would be the first thing. And then someone who's ultra competitive. Somebody who's available on a night-by-night basis. Somebody who doesn't let a little nick or a bruise impact their availability on a particular night. So unselfishness, competitiveness, and availability are 3 attributes that I love.
And leaders can be followers from time to time, too, don't you think?
Oh, there's no question about it. You have to be willing to be a part of a group, and sometimes that means ceding your leadership position.
Shot clock at 2. DeRozan's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 8. Irving kicks to Iguodala. Goes up at the stripe. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Outside Conley. DeRozan on the wing. Shoots over Bradley. Another miss by DeRozan. The Pelicans shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Bradley kicks to Irving. Bradley is screen on DeRozan. Outside Favors. Drummond in the post. Goes up against Pachulia. Drummond passes to Favors. Shot from free throw range. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Favors. 10 points for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, Irving's so comfortable at any range. A mid-range jumper, though, that's his sweet spot.
Conley dishes to DeRozan. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Irving kicks to Favors. Off the pick. Zach Randolph with the rebound.
Well, you don't get much more wide open inside the arc. You simply got to make that shot.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out. And to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
Conley, the pass to DeRozan. Kicks it out to Gay. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. And it's 8 points for Rudy Gay.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Conley kicks to DeRozan. Over Bradley. DeRozan's shot is off.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Bradley. Nice D from DeRozan. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Over in the corner, Conley. Gay sets the pick for Conley. Dishes to Gay. He kicks to DeRozan. Shoots over Bradley. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
Can't get our heads down, all right? We just got to get something.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Zach Randolph is out there with Pachulia. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's Conley. And it's Gay in at the 3, the small forward. Pachulia with the screen on Irving. Conley dishes to Pachulia. Gay against Iguodala. And that one's good by Gay.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Pelicans trailed by 14. Puts it up from 12. Another miss by Iguodala.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Gay kicks to DeRozan. and the jam by DeRozan.
I'll tell you, when DeRozan makes that kind of drive with authority, he's as explosive as anyone in this league.
Irving with it. Conley picks him up. Irving against Conley. Irving can't hit.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
As a former point guard at Providence Doris in college basketball, you had to initialize plenty of different plays, work within different styles and schemes. Is there a particular offensive scheme that you prefer beyond others?
You know, when I was a kid, believe it or not, though I'm an East Coast kid, during the Lakers and Celtics era, I was actually a Showtime fan. I love the fast pace, their ability to get in transition, the spectacular James Worthy being fed so perfectly by the incomparable Magic Johnson. I am much more a pace and space fan than I am a grinded out player. You know, I'm a Knicks fan by heart, and though I love the success they had in the 90s, I would say that the style of play today is much more appealing to me.
It is. It's so attractive to watch movement and fluid basketball and sets that run with precision. It's great to watch.
Poetry in motion.
Yes, well said. Here's Favors, rejected by Randolph. And here is Conley. The dish to DeRozan. Pachulia with the screen on Bradley. Baseline try. Randolph can't hit. Pelicans trail by 18. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Michael Conley picks one up.
Such a luxury to have Kyrie shoot it like this from the free throw line because the ball is in his hands so often.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. A big group substitution here for New Orleans.
And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for DeMar DeRozan.
Boy, we got to see this guy's full range of offensive ability. He scored at every opportunity and in every way imaginable.
Hits out that one from Ennis. And the Nets lead by 16.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
Here's Irving. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
I'll tell you, when Irving is hot, there isn't much you can do to slow him down. Pretty much have to ride out the storm, guys.
Mack, the pass to Goodwin. Kicked away. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Irving dishes to Young. Over Ennis. Young's shot is off. Confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, and the scoreboard tells the story.
Here's Goodwin. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to...
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
DeRozan with 51 and 12. Conley with 36 and 12. And Rudy Gay with 30. Zaza with that Kevin Love stat line with 21 boards. Oh, yeah. They really got outscored by James Ennis. Oh, boy. Curry dropping 48 and 9. And Avery Bradley with the Kevin Love stat line. Yeah, you get beat on the boards and 3-pointers. and just overall shooting percentage, you're going to have a lot to work with. On top of letting a lead go up to 18,